Hi folks, thanks for joining me again. Very much appreciated, all your support, especially the Patreons over at Patreon. As always, many thanks. Today I've done a mountain scene. I painted one like this for seems like ages. Tried to create a really grand scale view. Kept all the little elements as small as I could. Tiny little man here in the foreground looking across this valley scene. A few little cabins there scraped out, a few details with the card. I'll show you all them later when I show the painting closer up. This is my latest book, Watercolour Painting Made Simple. This is volume 3. Just full of, there's 9 paintings in here to have a go at. I've got all the step-by-step photographs to guide you through each one. Tried to keep it as simple as I could. So that's on Amazon, hardback, softback, Kindle. Colours, kept this one as simple as I could. So all we've used on this, just the 3 colours. We've got ultramarine, raw sienna and burnt umber. That's all I've used on the palette. Brushes, we've got the large one, Ranson Hake, which has done 99% of it, and then just a couple of little rigger brushes for the little details. Let's just give it a little bit of water, stop it going all crinkly. And start off with a bit of raw sienna. There is a little bit of other colour on the palette there, a bit of burnt umber or something it was. I ain't going to worry too much about that. Let's clean the brush, take off the excess water, go into some ultramarine. Let's pop a bit of blue up in the sky area and just catch those drips as they come down. There, the mountains, I'm wondering whether to scrape them out. See, these are normally decisions you'd make before you start painting, but I just like to just go in head first. Still a bit wet, so I might actually try painting them in. See how I get on. So I'm mixing the same 2 colours again. I'm just going to give that a very light dry. So I don't want it to dry properly, just want to stop it from dripping down the paper. Just take those 2 colours and I'm going to start up there. A few little mountains. I might just scrape the odd little thing into them, just see what it looks like. That down, something like that. Let's just see what it looks like. We're just scraping. Do another peak up there. And it sort of comes round a bit there like that. Another peak right in the distance. Let's just clean the brush. I just want to lighten, just watch that down the bottom. Just want to lighten the bottom, the base of it. It gives like a sort of misty effect. Also I have to push it right back into the distance. Something like that. Right in. Now in front of that, I'm going to use a bit of burnt umber, a bit more water, keep the hairs together. Incidentally, I've got a new height brush now, so I can get quite a sharp edge on it at last, which I couldn't do with my last one. So I'm just going raw sienna, burnt umber, a bit of ultramarine, and then I'm coming up here like that, and see how dark this is now, contrasting nicely against the. Just push it a little bit higher so there's not so much empty space there. I'm going to clean the brush because I want to get a bit of. Actually, no, I'm going to keep it the same. Let's just vary that slightly. And then this end. Something down there like that. Now I want it. Just keep varying this slightly. And what I might do is first let's just put a few little marks, just show the lie of the land, a few little bits and bobs. Firstly, I just want to differentiate between these two. I want that one in front of that one, so I want that to come down there like that. Now, this is quite a long way away, so I'm going to keep these marks fairly sharp. And what I might do first, let's just make sure this is flat against the paper. I've got to get some buildings in here. It's got to be flat first before I start scraping. I'm just wondering exactly where to put the buildings. Let's just carry on with this for a sec. I'm leaving lots of bits. It's representing the snow, the sort of unpainted parts. Now I can put a few trees in. You can imagine sort of going like that, and I'm just flicking up like that. Little tree line. So it's very, very simple. And just pop a few more, maybe some there as well. And then I'm going to have another tree line just there like that. And I want this one nice and a little bit bigger. Obviously it's bigger because it's closer towards us, but also because it's going to be the home for some of our buildings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little card, use this little one. So I've got quite a few down here, different sizes. Maybe slightly bigger. So let's go. Pop a little window in there for a little roof. A few little scrapes in front, little things. I'm going to have another one down there. We have another one, actually, another one right next to it. And again, I'm just going to scrape a few little things here and there. Just random little details. Don't know what these are, could be anything. That's like a little fence or something. A few wood strokes. A few little things stuck in front of these things. A few more little details over here. Scrape out into some of there. So it gives us a little focal point there. And then, if I clean the brush, just take a little bit of the red, the blue, and then just a few little shadows, and that's coming up. So this brow of this hill, it's about here. These are little shadows I'm putting in here and there. And then what I'm going to do is give that a quick dry. just make sure it's flat. And then I'm just going to stick some little posts in the foreground area, just on this. We've just made this hill thing there, so I'm just going to take the little flat brush. No, I'm not. I'm going to take the rigger brush. I'll take the rigger. Just take a dark colour on there. I'm just going to, on there, I'm just going to stick some posts. A few little cross pieces. Take those off the edge of the page. Just a few little more in. And I think I'm going to have a little, just a little figure admiring the view. I'm going to stick about there. This is a crap brush, this one. I've got to get a new brush, I think. So if you look at the angles, you get some. It just. I've had it. I can't remember not having this brush. I think it come with some old kit I had years when I first started, donkeys years ago. I'm gonna stick a little dog down there. And I'm just going to do, I'll tell you what, it's, I'm just going to do some little, I'm just going to just pull just little shadows from here, I think. Just pull a little shadow from each post. Because I want to do a little shadow from the little man as well. And then a little one from the dog. I'm going to stick a little bird up here somewhere. Stick him down here just over the house. I'm going to call that one done, I think. Let's just stick my name in the corner and call it finished. Right then, so that's a little mountain scene. So let's put a mount on it and see what it looks like. So here's our finished painting in the mount. So let's have a closer look. So just use the three colours for this. Predominantly, I mean, you can see them. We've got ultramarine, raw sienna, and burnt umber in there, and just various mixes of the three. So you can see a bit of ultramarine, predominantly in the sky. Then mixed in the other two, just to put the these clouds in, not clouds, mountains. And you can see, just use the card. I just had to dry it slightly, just so I could then scrape in, just to suggest a bit of texture there on the side of the mountain. Used a clean damp brush then, just to take out what I'd put in, just to create this misty effect. And if you can imagine, it's like a sort of valley beyond these hills here in the middle ground, big valley leading up to the mountains and the foothills. Also, the advantage could possibly of putting it in lights then, could possibly done this a little bit darker, just so it really stood out, just for maximum impact. But it ain't too bad as it is. And you can see the bits where I've left the unpainted paper just to represent bits of snow, especially all here in the foreground and the middle ground, loads and loads of white snow. Such a big temptation to paint over it, but you just leave it there. Just flicked up with the brush, just to suggest a few trees, A few more trees here in the foreground, then put them in really dark deliberately so I could then scrape in these little cabins. And you can see where I've then scraped with the card, just random details. Just keeps the viewer interested, looking around the painting, and then coming right into the foreground, just on this sort of flat bit there, this sort of plateau where our little man and his dog are standing. Lots of little fence posts, just pulled in a little shadow from each one. So he's got this grand view just looking right through the valley to the mountains beyond. So that's it for this one. I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching as always, for your support, especially over on Patreon. Very much appreciated. Remember, all the books are on Amazon, paintings are on eBay. You see all the links in the description below. So if you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Keep practicing, and I'll see you all again soon.